In the 17th century, many colonists had a strong belief that the devil was present in their everyday life. With Puritan beliefs and strict morals, any type of sin was to be handled accordingly. Puritans believed in the wrath of God and did everything possible to stand clear of all sins. In 1692, the village of Salem went through a series of prosecutions and hearings that accused people of using witchcraft, known as the Salem Witch Trials. Witchcraft was considered a capital crime in 1641. According to American historian Mary Beth Norton, due to the major concurrent Indian War going on, Salem Village was filled with refugees from the Maine and New Hampshire frontier, where the war was raging. A large number of people afflicted were refugees. Norton claims that they may have been suffering from post-traumatic stress. Indians were thought to be a form of the devil, which implies that Indians were associated with witchcraft. While trials were going on about 20 miles away from Salem, there was an Indian attack. There is a special court for witches where their trials were held. Those witch trials went on for about 18 months. However, when the trials ended, there were still hundreds in jail that had to be tried. Everyone ended up being acquitted besides 3 people: Tituba, Sarah Good, and Sarah Osborne. Those 3 people were later pardoned by the governor. If they were successfully accused of practicing witchcraft, they were then subjected to be punished in any way the judge seemed fit. Being hanged was the most common punishment that was experienced, followed by imprisonment, being stoned to death, and being pressed to death. Many innocent people were accused of witchcraft. If the accused claimed to be innocent, they would be hanged. If they confessed to using witchcraft, they would simply be put in prison. These occurrences were one of the most well-documented trials in America. In November 1689, Samuel Parris is named the minister of Salem. He then moves from Boston to Salem, and along with him, he brings his daughter Elizabeth, Betty, Parris's niece, Abigail Williams, and his servant Tituba. As the years progressed, many colonists were unhappy with Parris's leadership and threatened to stop paying him. Soon after, Betty and Abigail began exhibiting weird behavior and symptoms by throwing fits and just acting out of the ordinary. A doctor was called to assess their behavior. The doctor diagnosed them as being bewitched, but the only way to prove it was for Tituba to bake a witch cake. A witch cake was composed of rye meal mixed with urine from the afflicted children. It was then fed to a dog. The person is considered bewitched if the dog displays similar symptoms as the afflicted. After the witch cake was made and tested, the girls blamed 3 women for afflicting them: Tituba, their Parris's slave; Sarah Good, a homeless beggar; and Sarah Osborne, an elderly, impoverished woman. Starting on March 1st, 1692, all 3 women were brought before the local magistrates and were then interrogated for several days. Osborne claimed innocence, however. Tituba confessed and said, "The devil came to me and bid me serve him." She also admitted that she signed the Black Book. All 3 women were put in jail. Soon after this happened, accusations began rising as other girls began to exhibit similar symptoms as fits as Abigail and Betty. On May 27, 1692, Governor William Phips ordered the establishment of a special court, Oyer, Tahir, and Terminer to decide for Suffolk, Essex, and Middle Essex counties. The first case that took place was Bridget Bishop. When she was asked if she committed witchcraft, she said, "I am as innocent as the unborn child." She became the first person to be hanged on Gallows Hill, followed by others. Over 150 people were accused, 29 were convicted with the felony of witchcraft, 19 were hanged, 1 man was crushed, and 5 people died in prison. Many historians also theorized that this event could have come from other reasons, including tainted food, revenge, and social conflict among the colonists. This event of mass hysteria has been used a lot in literature, political rhetoric, giving everyone a warning about the dangers of isolation, religious extremism, and lapses in due process.